Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're very pleased to have Congresswoman Leslie Byrne with us today for an interview. The June 10th date is the primary date for the election in the state of Virginia. She represents District 11th, and here is Congresswoman Leslie Byrne. Hello, we're very pleased to have with us today Congresswoman Leslie Byrne. Good morning, how are you?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very well, thanks.
We understand that June 10th is the magic day which is coming up, so we're very happy to have you here with us to share some of your thoughts and also to introduce yourself to the community again. The Vietnamese community is very fond of you, but we would absolutely love for you to give us a few words about yourself.
Well, I'm very fond of the Vietnamese American community myself. Is that when I started out in the House of Delegates in 1986, we were just cutting the ribbon for the Eden Center, and I became very involved with the Vietnamese American community. And over the years, when I first served in Congress, a group of Vietnamese American folks came to me and asked me to look at the situation of human rights in Vietnam. At that point, I had introduced a resolution on Vietnamese Human Rights Day, and we have celebrated this as an annual event ever since to keep the focus on what needs to be done to protect those human rights in Vietnam for the loved ones and relatives that are still there, and just out of basic fairness to all people. And I'm very proud of my association with that legislation. Then when I went to the State Senate, back to the State Senate in 1999, I introduced other pieces of legislation on behalf of the Vietnamese community. And have always been there to listen and learn and extend a friend's hand to what they need done. So I'm very proud of that association over the years.
Thank you very much. Now, you were the first woman from the state of Virginia. We're very proud of this fact, who was elected to Congress. So we're absolutely very proud. And could you please tell us that to the community what motivates you to run again to Congress this time?
Well, I've always thought of politics as a way to build better communities. And when I very first got started, I was looking to build better communities for my children and the neighbors' children. And I now look at what we can do for our grandchildren, not only our children. I don't want a legacy of a war without end, or no available health care, or less educational opportunity because tuition is so high. These are things that I think we all care about, and if we are serious about building better communities, we've got to think of our children and our grandchildren, the children after that. It's not just self-satisfying today, but what can we do to strengthen that long-term outlook for the United States and the whole world's children, really.
And for the state of Virginia, what are some of the major issues that you think would be your priorities?
Well, obviously I have been an outspoken opponent of the Iraq War, and before the invasion, as a matter of fact. Is one of the things that Senator Webb and I have in common is he has endorsed me because I had been such an outspoken opponent of the Iraq War. It's hard to address a lot of the things we need as long as we're spending those billions and billions of dollars in Iraq and seeing so very little now return for it. The idea of looking at transportation is obviously a big issue. Because of my previous service in Congress, I get my seniority back when I go back, and I served on the Transportation Committee. So while we have all these new freshmen coming in, I'll be able to have 2-year seniority on anyone who comes in, and look forward to going back on the Transportation Committee.
And would you please tell us what distinguished you from your closest opponent on this primary race?
Well, over the years, I think the people who know me, including my friends in the Vietnamese American community, know that I have been one to stand up for them, not the special interests, not those who are trying to lobby and make a quick dollar, but the community. And that's been my hallmark, is that I listen to what people want, just like with the human rights resolution, is that I listen to what people need and want, and I try to do it the best I can. Often it has turned out successfully. And I don't know if others in the race can say that. I think there are others in the race who are more interested in helping certain people who help them with their campaign contributions. And I don't think government should be the biggest checkbook has the biggest voice. I think ordinary people should also have a big voice in their government.
And for the ordinary citizens of the beautiful state of Virginia, what is your strongest message to tell them about June 10th?
Well, this is going to be a low turnout election. Very few people will remember to vote. But if you vote, you're going to have a big stake in what happens in the future. You're going to be able to choose the next person in Congress. And this primary is going to be a closely contested primary. We're going to need every single vote to make sure that we're victorious. And as the Vietnamese American community has relied on me, I'm relying on the Vietnamese community too. They have been a huge help to me, and I know that they're going to remember to come out and vote on June 10th. We've had a close working relationship and a close friendship, and I'm counting on you.
Now, we know that you also are very interested in other ethnic communities, such as the Nepali, and could you tell us other works that you've done with communities such as the Vietnamese community?
Well, as I say, I try to listen to everybody. I don't close my door to anyone, and I've worked with the Pakistani American community, the Indian community, the Nepali American community. All of them have certain issues, whether it's, for example, the Muslim community has issues about dietary laws being enforced in schools, and I took that on as a case that the school system shouldn't be feeding these kids things that's against their religion. The customs officials were trying to make Muslim women take off their headscarves, and I've stood in the way of that. I think we deserve respect. All people deserve fairness and dignity and respect. And so it's not just the ethnic community, but anyone who comes to me with a concern, I hope to address it. And it just so happens that a number of the ethnic communities do have concerns that they're being held to the outside. And I think we're stronger as a nation when we bring everybody together.
And for June 10th, you're looking to see the big crowd coming out, turning out?
We're looking to see a big crowd coming out for Leslie Byrne, and I think that you know, this election is going to be so important. It's not just rolling back the past mistakes of the Bush administration. We're going to have an opportunity, because of the large numbers of new people coming in, to really make some progress. Progress on the economy, progress on health care, on education, all of those things that we've been putting off for so long. And so this primary in Northern Virginia is going to determine what kind of Democrat you're going to have. Someone who's going to fight for you, somebody who listens to you, somebody who works for you. And I believe I'm that person. So I'm counting on all those friends who have supported me in the past to continue to do so.
Thank you very much, Congresswoman Leslie Byrne. Thank you for having listened and view our interview with Congresswoman Leslie Byrne.